Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22. It's Youth Factory. This is episode 65, and my oh my, how things can change so fast. We just had our most difficult stretch in the calendar, and it didn't go so well. Mjøndalen, we beat them 2-0, and that's a good result because that's a team that has historically beaten us over the last few years. Fredrikstad on the road, close game, but we lose 1-0. And then Vålerenga 2, fantastic team. They're so strong. We were at home, but we lose 1-0. And then we go to Kongsvinger, and that's where the wheels start to fall off for us. We lost 4-1 in this thing. We had been down 2-0 after a penalty goes against us. We enter the second half, and we get a goal to get back into it for an instant, and then they grab two quick goals late to really seal this thing. And you can see the mixed result in terms of the performance. Some of the players still pulling it together, still playing well, still really doing their bit for the team, and then it looks like it was more of just a terrible goalkeeping performance, and Gillo not helping that out either. So two guys making all the bad things happen for us for the most part, and a few mediocre performances, but really just two guys who struggled horribly on the road in this game. And suddenly morale is nosediving, and we are definitely not in the top of the standings. In fact, we're kind of where we've been for the last couple of seasons now, upper mid-table, and that's about it. Plenty of seasons still to go. We've got 2 full months plus a couple games left to play, but will the team rebound on its own? Do I need to intervene to get them going again? We'll see what happens. I do need to have a conversation with Moen and Gillo. Looks like Moen, that's a big yes, and Gillo as well. Let's see. Looks like Moen's work rate went up by about 1 from a 3 to a 4. No wonder he developed so slowly. Determination 7, work rate was a 3. We should have seen some sort of improvement in Gillo, as he agreed and said he would get better, but no sign of any change. And with that run of defeats, we've fallen to 6th place, but we are on 34 points, and Kongsvinger, who just beat us, along with Hamcam, all three of us are on 34 points. So we are actually still right there on the edge. It's Vålerenga who we had that valiant effort, lost 1-0 on, who lead the league, but are unpromotable. The other second squads, the other reserve squads, are all down at the bottom of the standing, so they are the one, which no surprise, I mean it's Vålerenga, but they're the ones that really have quality and are a bit above the rest. Have only had 1 loss all season. For us, 6 losses all year, but that's 3 in a row. Can we right the ship? We've played 20, we have 10 to go. That's 2/3 of the way through the season. Either way, somewhere around 5th, 6th, 7th place is not a bad place to be right now as we continue to charge forward. It just means we'll probably see the end of the season sooner rather than later. And we've found form again here over the last 5 games, winning 4 of them. We beat Grorud 3-0 to right the wrongs, and then continued on beating Braun 3-1, and that was a 92nd minute penalty for a consolation goal from them after clearly dominating the game throughout. And then Start was able to knock us off, a little too good, a little too strong. Our ratings certainly weren't bad. It was a close game, but we just couldn't come out ahead of them. But then, Hamcam, one of the better teams, they go and get somebody sent off in the 10th minute. But we were already leading 1-0 at that point. And yet somehow, despite their quality and despite playing with 10, we barely did what we needed. Holmdale coming away with a bit of an injury in that one, though. Tromsø 2 on the road, one of those bottom end teams. Another consolation goal. Otherwise, we controlled the game throughout, but certainly not dominated. Bergum had a really good performance with 2 goals, and that's what set the stage. Luckily, he got that goal to seal it with 10 minutes to go, since they did get that consolation. But winning 4 from 5, well, that's opened things up a little bit again. We are back up into 4th place right now, and we're just 3 points behind Hamcam. Vålerenga is running away with the title for the season, but they're obviously not going to be facing promotion. And one thing I really want to check on is to make sure that there's not going to suddenly be extra spots above us opening up. So in the Eliteserien, Rosenborg, Braun, Vålerenga on top. But it's Ranheim, it's Brynn, and Sondale who are all very much at the bottom end. That is quite clear, quite evident. There's a pretty solid gap between Tromsø and Ranheim. So Ranheim probably heading to the relegation/promotion playoff. And are we headed to that promotion/relegation playoff? Are we going to get a chance against Ranheim? At the moment, we are there. We have 5 games left to play. So does everybody around us except for Sarpsborg and HamKam, having played one more than everybody else. So this is what's left. We have Odd 2, 14th, at home. You figure that's a great opportunity to score 3 points. Straumen, 13th, on the road. Definitely not the same team that's been mid-table for a number of years, certainly clear of the relegation zone, now struggling in it. And it looks like a pretty good opportunity. But Holmdale out with that torn groin muscle, it could be a little while or the whole season. I need to check on how long he is out for. Sarpsborg, 16th. Is that 9 points? You would think that would just about do it. We have Ilsund, 6th on the road. Not easy. And Vålerenga 2. But if we can get 9 points in those next 3 games, our chances of staying where we're at are fairly good. But is 9 points over 5 games going to be enough? That's a big if. But it certainly starts with 9 points, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and push forward 3 games and see. Those are quite winnable matches. And 2 road games to wrap up the season. 2 tough road games to wrap up the season. We'll probably have to play those out live, won't we? First things first, we got the 9 points. Wow. Okay, so we beat Odd 2 3-0. A penalty in the second minute. Took an early lead. Early second half, we doubled that lead and then sealed it late. Makowitz with a nice goal. Straumen, I think that goal ended up winning goal of the month, by the way. We took a very early lead, but they scored immediately off the kickoff. But then we finally sealed it in the 71st minute. Genkarzik off the bench coming in and playing and producing that goal. So that's a huge one. Clearly the biggest of his career thus far. And that was the road one. The home match, you figured 2 of these games were going to be pretty easy. The Straumen was going to be the harder one. And this was 2-0, a penalty in the 66th to double the lead and seal that one. We didn't have our best performance, but it was enough. Most everybody in the 7s for their ratings, means we were pretty comfortably in control throughout. Okay, so we have 2 games to go. It's those difficult games. Ilsund now in 7th. Holmdale still doubtful. He has not come back from his injury yet. And then Vålerenga, who still lead and comfortably. But here is how the standings look right now. Vålerenga, 5-point lead with 2 to play. HamKam are down to 1 game to play on 55 points. They've got us beat on goal differential fairly comfortably. But we are 3rd at the moment. And we have secured at least a promotion playoff with 2 to play. Kongsvinger only 3 points behind and well ahead of us in goal differential. Still have a great opportunity to overtake us. But we will go no lower than 4th place. Mjøndalen is too far down. They could catch Kongsvinger, but they could not catch us. Fredrikstad, same. All of those teams are down to 2 games to play. They're too far back. Ilsund could change their position, but they cannot get into promotion playoffs. So Ilsund's season is essentially done, making our task maybe a little bit easier on that one. Player stats. Goals. The league leader with 20 is Bergum. His average rating, highest in the league. Assists, Lovas with 8 leads the league. Andreasen tied, equal on second with 7. Those two have been neck and neck all season. Now with Vålerenga ineligible, HamCam and ourselves are in automatic promotion spots right now to the top division. Now, if we went to the top division, there's a very good chance that we would be a yo-yo club for a little while, that we would rubber band our way back down. But what would that do to us in terms of professional status, right? We suddenly go to the top division. You would think that that would finally give us professional status. We could actually see rapid development of the players. Huge influx in terms of the crowd that we would be seeing. There would be a number of windfall things that would happen if we do see promotion. We're not ready for the Elite Syrian. Remember, we were picked to finish last this season. Media prediction was still 16th. And we're on the verge of promotion. We've gotten better season by season. The media has just been flat wrong about how they predict. But in terms of actual quality, we're not there. There's a reason why they've got us picked last. Tactically, though, we keep overcoming, and the team has gotten closer and closer. The odds have improved. They've just still had us at the bottom. Now, the good news for me is that we play Ilsund first and Vålerenga last. There is a very good chance that whichever one it is, we could get a result. But that means we're going to need a little bit of help. Kongsvinger will need to drop some points, right? If they win 1 and we get at least 1 draw, we still finish ahead. But if they win both of their games, or if they get a win and a draw, we will need more than just a draw in the last 2. So there's a lot to play for here in these last 2 games of the season. The promotion playoff, difficult zone for us to fall into. Let's see, is it still Ranheim in that position? It's not. Brynn has overtaken Ranheim, but they still have 5 games to play in their season. So there's still a bit of time before that's all going to be decided. But at 4, and 17, there's a huge gap. They're 7 points down on Tromsø. Now, if Tromsø was relegated, that would change things down here too. There's Tromsø 2 would automatically, but Tromsø 2 is in the relegation zone anyway. One day before playing our match, Vålerenga went on the road at Fredrikstad and won 2-1 to claim the title. It's locked up. It's theirs. That's pressure off now. Title is in the bag. So Vålerenga has nothing to lose in that final game against us. Ilsund has nothing to gain or lose either. Start has played 29. They've got a 5-point advantage over Asker plus goal differential. Ilsund does not need to win our game. A draw might be helpful for them just to keep their position, but they can still move up a couple of spots in the standings. But overall, not much to play for Ilsund. That's going to give us a little bit better chance in these 2 road games here at the end of the season, where we do still need some sort of result to, we could still finish second. Big crowd on hand for this one. Ilsund, large stadium, much bigger team. I mean, this is the kind of team that there's a reason why they're picked above us in the standings. As, they don't quite have the full stadium, but that's a large 2-tiered stadium and a good crowd on hand. And this is nothing that we can match. There's a reason why they pick us at the bottom of the league. We are so small in comparison, but here we are with a chance for automatic promotion. Bergam, through ball for Gay. Homedale still not cleared to play yet, not cleared for participation, so he is out for this one. So Jonas Gay has been pushed to the outside, and it is Hermansen who has gotten the start in Homedale's place for me. Otherwise, it's my standard formation. And we've already gotten one chance. Hermansen finds Bergam who finds Gay. Gay off balance, left foot. Much too high. Free kick, dangerous spot. Yeah, they saved off the line. That was a double save on that one. Yeah, we've got a chance to counter the other way, but does Bergam get help? No. Before help gets there, defense takes the ball away. Now, it's not season done or anything like that if we lose, even if we lose both of these final 2 games of the season, because we've already guaranteed a promotion playoff spot. So what is on the line in the next 2 games is automatic promotion. And we trail 1-0. Good goal off the free kick. 2 set pieces in a row that they've gotten very, very clear chances. This is definitely one of our weaker areas, is set pieces. Moen maybe should have done better. Probably should have gotten a hand of that one. Palmed it away. Both teams fairly equal in the chances that we've had so far, but theirs a little more dangerous because they're off of set pieces in the box. Free headers or free kicks inside the box are definitely going to lead to goals a lot more often than what we've produced thus far. Another great through ball, and we are going to get on the end of this one. Lovas gets a clear chance, and that was down the middle, and just where the one they scored on was down the middle, and Moen couldn't save it. Their guy not only makes the save, but hangs on to it. Andreasen looks like he's picked up a little bit of a knock early on in this one. I didn't see any fitness concerns under team selection. I mean, it's possible that I missed it. We do have some guys that are tired from a lot of games throughout this season, and we're hitting the end of the season. They aren't being rested by the assistant manager at all. So it could be related to that, but I didn't see that he had any fatigue concerns as they get another free header in the box. Yes, slight injury indicating that he wants to come off. So Modeste, we're going to have to bring him on. He's already picked up a yellow too, just in the last few minutes. So I'm assuming that that was related to the fatigue side of it, the injury. He was struggling and caused that yellow. Oof, dangerous. That was off the... I didn't hear a clink or anything, but that looked like it was off the post unless Moen palmed that one and just kept that out. They nearly score again, so we're going to have a lot to do here in the second half. Bergam! Oh, he needs to score that kind of ball. That was not well placed at all. It's not that the keeper made a phenomenal save there. I think that was just poorly placed by Bergam. It wasn't straight at the keeper. He did force him to make the save, but it was not placed in a corner at all. That was a ball that was quite savable. Not routine, but quite savable. Another dangerous ball, another free header in the box. Yeah, we're going to have a talk. We are going to have a talk here at halftime. Now, shots-wise, they're only +2 compared to us. XG, we are higher than they are. Just a little surprising because I think a few of their chances were clearly solid chances. But we're very much in this game. There's just, yeah, little danger. Wow, team not fired up from the halftime talk. About 2 players, or all, which means I think there's a lot of pressure on these guys at the moment, and they're feeling it. Nielsen playing with freedom. We're playing with fear. Supposed to be on a yellow. Jonas Gay, the only one with poor morale. I mean, at least there's that part. We look like we're playing with fear. Lovas! Wow. Blows that opportunity. Again, accumulating the XG. I keep clicking on the always press, and then it disappears the moment that I click it. Oh, great block. Moen was easily beaten there with that extra touch. Finally we come away with the ball on that. Yeah, their XG climbed up a lot there. They almost got a full point of XG on that one because the keeper was beaten. He was through. Great ball over the top for Lovas. It was onside. Flag stays down, and Lovas missing the target wildly again. So both Bergam and Lovas cannot get their shots on target. We are getting the chances. We should be in a position to have a tie game or even a lead at this point. But our two strikers their finishing is so poor today. And it looks like it could cost us, well, realistically, all 3 points. Lovas puts it in the back of the net. Flag stays down. Flag stays down. I thought he was offside, but Lovas finally finds the target, and let's back off again. I think I would be happy with a point here. Oh, he's easily onside. That was not well placed. That should have been saved, but the keeper, I think keeper was looking for near post. The ball kind of went right past his leg. Live, I thought it was in the corner, but it wasn't. It was pretty much down the middle. Bergam through for Lovas. Can he get the target again? No. He has missed a lot of chances today. Hence the I have a goal, but my rating really isn't there. 7.3. I mean, that's a good 1 point of that. As we now trail again. Defense immediately making the mistake here. Another set piece type situation, but yeah, this is just so poorly defended. Across the board. We got two guys on Hohen. They both stand there as he runs past them, and then only one chases him. Lovas Modeste. Long ball over the top, and again our defense. The desperate tackle, which would have been great, but this is Severede being beaten too easy, and then having to make the desperate tackle, which then, wow, Acre, easiest goal he's ever going to have. And we're not getting the points today, so it's going to be all to do on the final day of the season against the league champions. Today came down to really poor finishing for Lovas and Bergam. You know, that goal at the end is desperation mode. Everybody pushed up super high, and us not having a ton of pace. So exclude that goal. They beat us 2-1. They beat us because their shots were on target and our shots weren't. Our XG was higher than theirs until the very end. Well, really until two plays. One desperate save that succeeded, and then one tap-in goal, which is, you know, a full point of XG by itself. Outside of that, we had exceeded their XG throughout. And you know, here's that confirmation of the goal. That was a full point. This one was almost a full point, plus the tap in. So most of their XG coming off of 3 chances. We had 0 XG down the stretch, though, as they parked the bus. We did nothing during that stretch, and some really poor ratings through the midfield and back end. Mjøndalen has beaten Kongsvinger. Kongsvinger actually with a consolation goal in stoppage time, but they were already well beaten 2-0. So now with one game to play, our chances have improved drastically. HamKam and us remain level, each with 1 to play, but they've got a huge goal differential advantage. And then Kongsvinger is a full 3 points behind. They must win their game. And for us to be overtaken, we must lose. A draw is enough. Vålerenga, with nothing to play for, gives us a chance. Their goal differential is only plus 21, so they're not as strong or dominant as HamKam and Kongsvinger have been. They just don't lose. But they draw a bit more. 9 draws. Can we get a draw against Vålerenga? That would be enough to see us. I don't care if we are second or third. I'm just trying to avoid that promotion playoff and get that automatic spot because, well, you just saw what happened when we play a better team around in the league. as much as we were in it and should have done more, we're not quite there, and our finishing is not terribly good, especially with Lovas. Lovas had so many chances. Bergam had one clear chance, but he missed it. Bergam's finishing is a lot better, which is why he scores so many more goals than Lovas. But Lovas gets plenty of opportunities and just doesn't convert enough of those. So with one to play, and at the worst, a promotion playoff to follow it, and at best, pushing on up into the new league and potential changes, you would assume that would force the issue on going professional, you would think, because every single team at that level is professional. More than half of the teams at our level are professional. That hasn't been enough to push the issue, but I would think the top division probably would. There may even be rules about it. So there's a lot to gain. I think we would probably be facing relegation in the first season, no matter if it means we go professional, because we would retain that, and that would be, what we've been pushing for the last few seasons anyway. That being said, there's a lot to happen still going on forward, and I think that's all the time we have. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up right here with one game left to go in the regular season, potentially one additional game after that. Is it 2 legs, or is it going to be neutral site? I don't know. We would have to check into what that is going to entail. But you know what? I don't want to check in on that, because I'm still going to be optimistic that we can gain the automatic promotion. We have what we need to do that. All we need to do is score a point, or get helped out by whoever Kongsvinger's opponent is, and them lose again. They're feeling the pressure too. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.